Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today is a very fun, productive day here up at production because we are going to be, and I say that term very loosely, it's not Jenny. It's Jerry and the boys are going to be getting the trusses put up on the new building here at production. If you will remember, we've talked about this a couple of times before. Always check out the video linked up above if you are unfamiliar with what we're talking about. But basically we are building a 22 wide by 78 feet long building.
Correct. That
will connect all three structures up here at production. It will be climatized. We will use it for shipping. Once we get into shipping, we will use it for potting, all sorts of good stuff. So I've got Sweet Thing here with me so that he can go ahead and kind of walk us through and tell you guys what they have already done and then what is coming.
Right. So yeah, we were up here yesterday working on adding the beams up to on top of our post up there.
Yes.
So that's a double 2x10 beam that we nailed together, and we notched out the post on this side right here. I think we tried to explain that to them in the video.
We did.
So
now
it's
you can
probably a little
actually see
easier
it.
to see the little notch that we did. We used a chainsaw, so it's kind of rugged looking.
It is. We're rugged here.
That was the
at
first one I
Creekside.
did with the chainsaw.
Uh-huh.
So the rest of them look pretty good.
They do. They look very nice.
They look pretty nice.
How tall is that?
That is at 12 foot.
Gotcha.
The top of that is 12 foot.
Got it.
Yeah. So they finished. Kelly and I did this whole stream and then 30 foot on this side over here yesterday.
Yes.
And then Josh and the guys finished the rest of this morning. So
Gotcha.
they got Jackson over here trying to do some lag screws.
Yes. So what we're
putting
doing,
these in for support to hold the beam a little bit better to the post. But we're going to go back with the big bolt, and then they'll have a washer and a nut on the back side that'll hold it all together.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go down. Jerry's phone's ringing, so I'll let him deal with that. So what we have here, we've got Chase here on the ground in the red sweatshirt. We've got Josh in the control of the tractor. Then we have Roman, who is teaching, showing Jackson as he's screwing in those bolts. So, and then they're doing two per post.
Yeah, it's two blacks, and then that's when that little silver one here is going to go in the middle.
Right. So they've got enough room to do it. This is just making sure everybody's nice and secure because, like they said, the last thing that they want to have happen is they put the trusses up and there's not enough support and those beams whoosh pop out. So, yeah.
This little guy we got yesterday from our friends, our concrete friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a boom attachment that will help lift up the trusses. So we balance them on this guy right here.
So the truss will hook on to the hook.
Yeah, we'll hook on right here.
Yep.
And then we'll be able to balance that truss on up and just set them. We're going to start down here.
Yeah, we're going to start down here.
Yeah, we're going to start down here. The first one to go on there, then we'll work our way back. They're going to be set at every 2 foot, working our way all the way down. So we should get all that done today.
We should.
Yeah.
They should. Again, you understand when I say we, there is no we. I am here for emotional support, right, dear?
That's right.
That's right. That's right. So, anything else as far as, so you can see the fellas up there.
And Jackson has been really fired up to do this.
He has.
He loves building buildings, putting wood together. He said, Dad, we have built so many greenhouses, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm ready to just put some wood together. So we wanted to get him involved and put some screws in.
12 and a half now. And you said yesterday when y'all were putting the beams up that he was a huge support.
Oh yeah, he's very good inside the Bobcat, and he's very precise on. We couldn't have done it without him yesterday. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, of course, as a parent, and if you're a parent, you understand, right? It's our job to teach and nurture them to be responsible, productive adults in society. But man, it can be hard and challenging to get them to teach them. And initially, when you're teaching them to do a task, right? Whether it's when they're tiny and you're teaching them how to put the silverware away from the dishwasher, or you're teaching them how to do laundry, or how to fold clothes, or how to cook, right? It always takes 10 times longer when you're teaching them.
Yeah.
But that's our job. And so, like right now, I mean, you know, could the fellas go a lot faster? If Roman was the one screwing in those bolts? Absolutely. But faster is not always better and the more productive. Just like it took, I mean, it took you some time, you know, to teach him how to do the bobcat, but then yesterday he was a great help.
Yeah.
And like true assistance.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's the tension of being a parent, is like being patient to teach them, but then, oh, you want to get the job done.
Yeah, we're having this discussion this morning, you know, about these doors back here on the back end.
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
Yeah. So we have 22 foot, I think it is.
Yes,
I mean,
22
what do you
feet
think?
wide.
I mean, I don't want to lose my height. That's why I was worried about these garage doors in here. So I didn't want to lose height, especially on that end down there when you're coming out of that storage greenhouse.
Gotcha.
So we were just kind of thinking if we could get away with a 10 foot wide
Sliding doors.
sliding doors.
Similar to what's in the greenhouse.
Yeah, it's not like this right here. It's just, yeah, so if we had a bigger, taller, and it would be,
Two
this
doors.
is 8 foot, so
Yeah.
it'd be another 2 feet wide. So I can get the bobcat through this, like no problem.
Right.
So I think that might work.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to let the fellas, of course, finish up putting in those screws, like screws?
Yep.
Those screws, and then they will begin putting up the trusses. So then we will meet back here in a little bit and see what kind of progress they've made today. right, my friends, so we have had quite a few hours pass since we were up here. The fellas have got 2 more trusses to put up. Josh is cranking up the Bobcat right beside of me, and you can see what a fantastic progress they have made. So, hang on one second. So they had to refuel the Bobcat, and the door was still open. So
It was still latched. It was still latched.
oh yeah, so the diesel nozzle was still in there. Oops. You know, mistakes are made when you're tired. So let me just show you the whole process of what they do here. Some friends of ours, the guys who do all of our concrete, Parker Construction Company, you can see their phone number right there, is letting us borrow their fantastic little custom-made tool that fits onto the Bobcat. So that way it takes all the heavy lifting. And then you've got Roman to the right, Chase to the left, and they just guide it up there. All the heavy lifting is done by the machine. And then Josh is in the machine listening and following directions. Well, I guess not listening, watching and following directions from the fellas. And then they'll get them in place. I'll just let you watch. So you can see that they have to be able to communicate well with one another, that team of 3. So that way they get everybody level and in the correct spot, and they have just done a magnificent job so far. They are tired, bless their hearts. It is getting late in the afternoon, you can tell from the sun. So they have this one, last one to go on, and then the kind of the end cap. So let me show you what that end cap looks like. You'll notice that these are very kind of open here along the sides. And then right down here on the ground is the last one that will go on. This is one on each end that looks like this. And they put those extra 2x4s in there. So when you are going to put your siding up, you have something to attach your siding to. Of course, all that extra support makes these a lot heavier, which if you have the machine, then it's no problem. But there was a little bit of a snafu, and these were buried like 6 or 7 trusses in. So anyway, if you've ever done construction or a new type of construction process, you know that there's a learning curve. So they figured it out, and so he's going to come back and he's going to pick up this last truss and get it up. All right, so now we are inside walking through. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? They have done a lot of great work today. It's amazing that they've got it all up. You will see that they have put bracing up there to hold everybody nice and in place. Of course, using the air compressor and the nailer certainly does help too. You're not having to hammer all these in, but trusses are up, makes quite the statement. I do want to show it to you from the front of the greenhouses because you can really see how much higher than the greenhouses it rises up, raises up, rise up. Yes. So long day, folks. And so let me flip you around and to the front of the greenhouse so you can see that. Last one going up. right, I think you might be able to see those trusses when I come between the two production greenhouses, and you can see how much taller it is. Jenny is a short little person, so to give you a good bird's eye perspective of this is a little challenging for me. I know that Jerry will get up the drone here in the next couple of days or so you can get a bird's eye view of this. But yeah, it is looking fantastic. They are currently putting up that last one right now, but it spans the whole length of all three of these structures. And here you can see is the just what we call the dry storage, right? So it's gonna hold all sorts of things. See all those proven winter pots and trays and soil and fertilizer and you name it, and it's up there. Brinaboo is, she does not like to be far away from Mama, and so she is trying to figure out why she can't come to me, but a little too much going on right now to have her running around. And you can see the fellas getting this last one up. Roman is getting it braced, and as soon as he is done bracing it, then they will be done for the day. But man, pretty impressive looking, looks great, very happy, cannot wait to see the next step. Not quite sure what exactly the next step is. Jerry is out working somewhere and I'm not gonna bother him, so you'll just have to stay tuned later to see what the next step is. As always, thanks so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.